welcome to another What's Next video. I'm in North County, San Diego. My name is Ricky and I'm in Duluth Canyon. This video is a continuance of a video that I had recently talked about, and that is my black garlic, parmesan, port wine, sourdough bread. So here, without further ado, is how I make that bread. You'll see my methodology and how I warm up that water. I use a teaspoon of salt. I like to puree my black garlic. You can buy black garlic in several different places. You can get it on online. You can, some markets have it on the shelf. I make my own. It's real simple to make if you have a lot of patience. So you can find out how to make black garlic. Just look in YouTube, you'll find out how to make it there as well. What I like to do is put the black garlic, and I use these pudding cups here that I buy my pudding in from the store, and I put about 2 ounces or about 2 shots of port wine. I use tawny port, and with that I cover it and let it set for 2 days or so. They plump up and they get real soft. From there I use my mortar and pestle, and I like to make it nice and soft, and I make it into an actual paste. I incorporate that paste with one pudding glass full of really nice and warm water. It takes about 1 minute in the microwave is the temperature I use. And then I add that to the bowl. I have a teaspoon of salt in this bowl. And then I add additional water, about another half of a pudding cup full of water, and to clean off the rest of the black garlic that's in the little bowl or the cup that I was using to let it soak in. So now I've got this all in the red bowl and I whisk it around. By the way, I don't really measure my sourdough starter, which is La Luz. I started her in 21, and she is very lively and very floral, beautiful smell, and it works real well with me. So I use the end of the scoop or my whisk like a honey scoop, like you would take honey out of a jar. That's how I measure it. Whisk that all really in well, and I like to pour in the flour right on top of that. I don't use any measuring on this. I just build a little sort of a pyramid on it. That's usually about enough flour. Usually it's more than enough flour. I use a stick, the same stick that I used to stir my starter with to keep that alive, and I kind of move it around until it's real shaggy. I can kind of tell, just because of the amount of bread that I've made in the past, about how shaggy I like that make it, so what my water content's going to be. It all depends on the humidity, and it's just a feel. So if you're a bread maker, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to try to explain to you how to make bread, because I'm assuming people who like sourdough bread are going to try to use this recipe. Now, after that's all done, I do the normal sort of folds and ferment. I use a pre-fermented, I just let it auto leave, so I put it into the I think I said that right, autolev or whatever. I'll put the right name of it right up here. And with that, an hour later I come back and I give it some tension, some folds. I use my knuckles to get in with this bowl. It seems to work real well for me to put tension in on the dough itself. I come back later, I do it another time, maybe an hour or two later. I'll give it another fold, see how it's doing, and I leave it until it's nice and puffy. Oh, of course, that's how we do bread. We at least get it double in size and put it onto a table, a top that you can work with. I flour mine slightly, made it into a rectangle. Now I've got the rectangle going on. I use my Parmesan cheese. Now, if you want to stay 100% natural, you may want to grate your own Parmesan and Romano. I like the Romano blend. But if you look at the ingredients, you'll see that I'm really not sticking all the way with just, I guess, 100% healthy. Maybe cellulose could be healthy, but you'll find that if the grated cheese that you can buy in these containers have some ingredients that aren't just all that what you would expect if you're naturally putting all 100% natural ingredients into this bread. Now, I don't think that the Parmesan without that cellulose would make any different effect. I'll try that sometime to see if it does make an effect. But in any case, it's part of how that makes this bread turn out. Now I like to roll the bread in this particular manner. I think it gives it a lot of good tension, and it also adds extra layers with that Parmesan cheese layer that I've put in the middle there. After my initial shape it's into the bread basket, into the refrigerator overnight. Next morning, here we go. It gets this little slice, I call it something other than that. Some of my friends corrected me. They said the term I was using is for childbirth, not cutting not relieving the stress in a loaf of bread. So I won't use that terminology. And into the oven it goes for 45 minutes at 450 degrees on a stone. And then I come out and I pull the top off that and pull that bread out to cool. It's absolutely beautiful. The crumb is really nice. It's spongy. It has a really nice chew. The flavor is, you can't taste the black garlic and you cannot taste the Parmesan cheese. My theory is, for some reasons within the making of the bread or the baking of it, the actual Parmesan, the proteins within the Parmesan meld with the proteins within the bread, and the fat just loves to meet with the bread, the wheat proteins or the wheat carbohydrates, and they just marry themselves. So when you have that great reunion, it's just wonderful and it tastes great. So give it a shot. Thanks for watching.